Hello everyone, welcome back. I know I've been away for a little bit. I actually went on vacation shortly after the holidays, so that's why you haven't seen any regular videos from me lately. But the good news is that I do have vlogs from that trip, so I will link those up above and down below for you to check out. And I'm now getting back in the swing of things, getting back to recording regular videos as well as vlogs, and I've been enjoying it. I'm glad to be back into it, but that's where I was, so hopefully I wasn't gone for too long. But today I am going to be doing my 2015 favorites for you. I know we're a good way into January, almost at the end of January now, but hopefully you won't mind this being a little bit later, because I did really want to do this video for you and did want to share these things, because since I started my channel back in April of 2015, this is the first opportunity that I've had to do a yearly favorites, and so I really wanted to do that for you. So let's just get right into it. So first I'm going to start off with non-beauty favorites, and the very first thing that I have to say is a favorite of 2015 would be my new house. My husband and I were looking for a house for close to 2 years, as I may have told you before, and we finally found the right house for us and everything worked out. So that was definitely a favorite and a highlight of 2015. My second favorite would have to be my Keurig coffee brewer, and while this isn't new to me this year, again, since this is the first time that I've done a yearly favorites, I feel that I have to include it because it's probably one of the most used items in my house. While my husband doesn't really drink coffee, he'll occasionally use it for tea or hot chocolate, but it's something that I'm using every single day, and if it was gone or wasn't working, I definitely would miss it, because I'm a big coffee drinker and I enjoy the amount of variety that Keurig has to offer in terms of flavors and brands, because I kind of get tired of drinking the same coffee all the time, so I like to change it up. So I like that Keurig gives you that flexibility. And it's just easy and convenient where I'm the only coffee drinker in the house. This way I don't have to make an entire pot that's just gonna, half of it's just gonna get dumped out anyways. So that is definitely a favorite of mine, and I'm sure will continue to be a favorite for a long time to come. Some other favorites from this year are some fitness favorites. I've talked about these in other favorites videos, but they've continued to be favorites of mine. I still continue to love doing them, and they're actually both people on YouTube with YouTube channels. The first one I discovered was Yoga with Adriene, and she does yoga videos, but she really caters them to anyone of any ability, so it's not just for people who've been doing yoga a long time or for people who are super flexible. It's really for people who, she caters it to all groups. So she'll say, if you're a beginner, you might want to try this. If you're an advanced, you could go into this pose. So I think it works out really great for everybody of all abilities, and I enjoy how she does them kind of different themes. So she'll have yoga for weight loss, yoga for when you're stressed, and recently, last January 2015, she did 30 days of yoga with Adriene, and I really enjoyed trying that and being able to do yoga day to day, and I really saw the results of doing it every single day in a row. Well, I haven't been doing it every single day in a row since then. I actually did that one in June when we were getting ready to move, but this January she has done something similar, but she's calling it yoga camp. But again, it's 30 days all in a row. So bottom line, there's a great variety. You can do it in your home at your own pace, and I find that it really helps the stretching, not only for my physical well-being, but my mental well-being and stress as well. And the second person that I discovered is Cassie Ho. Her channel is Blogalati, so she does what she calls pop Pilates. So it is Pilates, but she'll mix some other things in there like cardio or just other things to change it up a bit. So I enjoy her channel because, again, it has a lot of variety, and she also will make playlists, so it makes it very simple for you to do your workout at home, because you can just go to one of her playlists, and one day it might be focused on legs, another day it might be focused on full body or cardio, and the playlists, I don't know, are anywhere from half hour to 45 minutes, but it will kind of cover everything that you would need to do for that area of your body or to get a full workout. And it really works, because the next day my muscles are pretty sore, so I really enjoy those two channels. And the last thing that is a non-beauty favorite is a purse that I actually got. I don't think you know this about me because I haven't really talked about it much on my channel, but I'm a big purse girl. I've always loved purses and bags and things like that, but I don't like to spend a lot of money on them, so I don't have a lot of high-end designer because I just can't justify spending that much on a purse. Maybe if I made more money, it would be a little bit easier to justify that, but I just can't do it. But for my anniversary back in May, I guess for 3 years, which is what our anniversary was, one of the gifts recommended to give is leather. So my husband very generously allowed me to pick out a new purse from Michael Kors. So that was fun, but also overwhelming to try to decide on what to get. So I decided to kind of go with a more classic, because I have a lot of colorful bags, hot pink and stuff like that, because I do love pink. But for something like this that was going to be a little bit more on the higher end, I wanted to go with something classic that I knew I could have and use for a very long time. So it does have the longer strap in case you want to carry it on your shoulder, as well as the handles, because I like the way that it looks with the handles. It has the gold detailing around it, so the chains, and then this little buckle here with the Michael Kors name. So I just really liked the style of this one. Figured it was a classic, as I've said, that I could use all the time. I like the size of it too. It can hold quite a bit. It has a snap enclosure to keep it all closed. It has 2 pockets on the, I put the tissue back in to try to keep the shape of it, but it has 2 larger pockets as well as a middle zipper pocket. So I used it for most of the summer or fall. I think I started using it in fall, but I used it for quite a while and really liked it, and will continue to really like it for many years to come. Now, as far as beauty favorites, I've had a lot of beauty favorites throughout the year, not all of which I'm going to include in this video because we would be here forever. As it is, I already think this video is going to be quite long, but I try to pick things that I consistently use all the time and continue to be favorites that I'm always reaching for. So instead of things that, while I may really like them, I'm not always reaching for them, I tried to choose things that I use on a daily basis, or if not daily, at least a weekly basis. So let's start off with hair care or hair items. The first thing is probably going to be no surprise to you because I think I've talked about it in many favorites and empties videos, and that is the Beauty Protector Protect and Detangle Leave-In Conditioner. And I usually get this through the Birchbox website because I don't know where else you can buy it. This is probably my 2nd or 3rd bottle of it. And I love it, one, because the smell is amazing. It has a very nice sweet smell to the point where when I smell it in my hair throughout the day, it's just very nice. I really enjoy it. But it does a lot of things. So it's not just a heat protectant, which is basically what I use it for, but it also is a detangler, UV protector, so from the sun as well as heat. Seals cuticle, smooths hair, locks in color, adds shine, weightless, non-greasy, moisturizes and conditions, and is good for all hair types. So this is something that I really enjoy for multiple purposes. I haven't found anything that I like better than it. So I will continue to purchase and use it because I love it. The next items I don't think I've actually talked about in favorites videos, which I'm pretty surprised by because they're things that I use all the time. But the first is my hair straightener. So this is a Chi Air hair straightener that my husband got me at Target, and it's great, one, because it's pink, and two, it just works really well on straightening my hair. It has adjustable heat settings, and it's something that I'm always using, and I've had it for a few years now, and it's held up very well. So that is definitely one of my hair favorites and necessities. And the next hair favorite is another tool, and it is the Nume 3-in-1 curling wand. And let me just tell you, I am somebody that has never been good with hair, never been able to curl my hair, or if I did and had my mom's assistance as a child, it would never hold. It just, my hair was not hair that wanted to curl. But I saw people talking about this on YouTube, was able to get a discount code, and thought that I would try it. So the great thing about this is that it comes with 3 different sized barrels. So this is the largest barrel here. I'll have to look up the actual inches for you, or maybe I'll just link their site down below. But this is the largest size barrel. This is what I've used on my hair today. So that kind of just gives you more of a loose, beachy type wave. And then this is the medium barrel. So that's going to give you a little bit more of a curl, but still a looser curl. But then if you're looking for a tight curl, you would use this smallest barrel. With that said, it all depends on how you use the wand, how you curl it, but that's another video for another day. If you're interested, just let me know. But this works great. I always had trouble with curling irons that had the barrel, and I would just get kinks, but this makes it easy. You just wrap your hair around it. It again has adjustable heat settings, so you can make it as hot as you need to for your personal hair type. And while I still have to use some hairspray and things to make it stay, these have made me actually enjoy curling my hair, which I never thought would happen. So I can't say enough good things about these Nume curling wands. If you're looking for something to curl your hair, I would definitely recommend them. They are expensive, but you can usually get some sort of coupon code to get a discount or something like that. They're really easy to use for people who aren't that good with hair like me. However, I will caution you that it does get very hot. I have burned myself at least once on it, and so it does come with this heat protectant glove, and if you're a beginner or somebody who's not that great with hair like me, I highly recommend you use this, because one time I thought, oh, I don't need to use it, I can just do this quickly and it'll be fine, and that's when I burned myself. And I can tell you, it just was for a split second that it touched my skin and it hurt and left a burn. So be very careful and make sure you wear your glove. Make sure you're careful when you're near your face, because it won't take much and it will burn you, but can't recommend this enough. So now let's get into some skincare items. Something that we always have in our house that I've talked about in other favorites and that I love using are the Bath & Body Works foaming soaps. The one I have here is Winter Candy Apple. I love the scents of them. They make your hands smell good after you wash them. They last a long time. They look nice in your bathroom, so I really enjoy using those. I also love the Body Shop body butters. I have talked about these in other favorites. I actually went away from them for a while during the summertime because I ran out of them. And then in my Body Shop advent calendar, I got a little sample one, and it just reminded me how much I love them and how great they are, especially in winter, because since they're a body butter, they're a little bit thicker. So they're just really great for moisturizing, especially I'll put them on at night before bed on my hands and my feet and everything, and wake up and still feel moisturized. Plus they smell good. So this one here I happen to have is their Glazed Apple, which is a holiday scent, but they have them all year round in many different scents, and I highly recommend this as a good wintertime moisturizer. You can use it in the summer as well, but I just find I'm reaching for it more in the winter because my skin is dry. So next in skincare is again something that I've talked a lot about, but that is because I love it and I haven't found anything that I love more than it, and it's something that I use every day. And that is the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizer with SPF 47. So this is what I use as my daily moisturizer every single day. In the morning, I put it on, moisturizes my skin nicely, doesn't feel heavy or affect my makeup in any way, and I feel good knowing that I'm protected with SPF, because even though it is winter, it is important to protect yourself all year round. I found that this year especially, I've really begun to like one particular line for skincare, and that is Origins. So one of their products that I really love is the Origins Ginseng Refreshing Scrub Cleanser. And I'll usually use this about once a week in the morning because the orange scent is great for waking you up, and it's good to exfoliate at least once a week. You don't want to exfoliate too much, but once a week is kind of a good amount for me at least. And again, I love the smell. It's not really harsh like some scrubs can be, so I really love this product and will continue to use it. Another Origins item that I really enjoy, that especially in the winter time, is their Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. So I've tried a lot of other face masks, and sometimes it can be difficult to tell if they really do anything, but this one I love because you just put it on at night before bed, you go to sleep, you don't have to think about it, you don't have to wash it off, and it soaks into your skin at night and just really moisturizes it, especially in the dry winter time. So that is another Origins product that I'm loving. And I've tried a couple of other Origins things. I'm actually using one of their face washes at the moment, but I haven't used it long enough to put it in this favorites. But overall, mostly everything that I've tried from Origins I really liked, so I really do enjoy them as a skincare line, but those are two of my favorite items from them. Next, let's talk about makeup. First, I'm going to mention some makeup tools that I think I discovered in 2015. If not, it was late 2014, but I've constantly been using them in 2015. And that is the beauty blenders. These ones are exclusively from Sephora. And this is the mini beauty blender. A lot of people may not like this one. They don't really think it does anything, but I like it for blending in my concealer under my eye. I think it really works well for that. And then I also have the regular beauty blender from Sephora. Sorry, they're not very clean right now. I didn't have a chance to clean them before this video. But then I also tried this year the one from Real Techniques, because I think they call it a beauty sponge or something, but so you can see it's a little bit different shape than the beauty blender. It's also less expensive than the beauty blender. You can get it at Kmart, Ulta, some drugstores, I think. So, and I think it's the closest one. There's a lot of other imitation ones to the beauty blender out there that aren't very good, but from what I've heard and now from trying it myself, this is probably the closest in quality to the beauty blender. And I like using them both, so I kind of just go back and forth on which one I'm going to use to apply my foundation. But basically, if you don't know how a beauty blender works, or a makeup sponge, you get it wet and it absorbs all the water, and then it expands, and then it will also absorb your foundation or whatever you want to apply with it. So this one is dry, so it's not fully absorbed. This one I just used so it's a little bit bigger, as you can see, because it's still got some of the water in it. So that is how that works. And I don't really use brushes to apply my foundation. I've tried it here and there and find that it doesn't really work that well for me. It doesn't go on as evenly, whereas this just makes it so easy. You can just dab it in and it just makes it really easy and even coverage. The next item I discovered more recently thanks to, I think it came in an Ipsy box, but it is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And while I have not tried very many primers, and this is just a small sample, I have to say I really like this one because it doesn't feel greasy or silicone as some of them do. It's clear, and when I put it on, it just feels really nice. It makes my skin feel really nice, and so therefore I think it really helps with making my makeup look nice and stay on for the whole day. Now to talk about concealer. This is an important one for me because I've had a very hard time for a long time finding concealer that could work for me, but I finally found a combination that worked this year, and so I stuck with it, haven't strayed from it. So I start off with the NYX Dark Circle Corrector, which is probably not the most hygienic because it's in a pot, but I can't really help that because that's the way that it comes. But I start with this because since it's orange, that kind of cancels out a lot of the purple that you can get under your eyes. And then I follow up with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser. This is in the color Light Pale. They do have a highlighting one that a lot of people like, but since I'm using it for dark under eye circles, I like the actual concealer one. It comes with a sponge tip, which makes it very easy to apply. And this is actually the first one that I've bought, and it lasts a very long time because the sponge absorbs quite a bit, so you don't have to turn it up and use product every time that you're using it. So this has lasted me quite a while. I already have a backup bought for when this runs out because I use it every day and really like it. So yeah, that's my concealer combination, and if you have trouble with dark circles under your eyes and are of fair complexion like me, then I would recommend you try this duo out. Next up, I have a couple of highlighters to talk about. The first is one that I've enjoyed for a while. It's very easy to use and apply, and it's the Benefit Watts Up. And this is more of a sample size, but it just comes in kind of a twist up tube like this. It is in the color Soft Focus, so it's great for fair skin like me, and like I said, it's easy to apply. It's not overly dramatic. It's a light highlight to just give your cheeks or wherever you want to highlight some glow. But I also tried this year, which has gotten me even more into highlighters and has been a big buzz on YouTube, and that is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Highlighter. And this was created in collaboration with YouTuber Jaclyn Hill. And I think what's so great about it is that it's a color that is good for almost any skin tone, so fair skin tones as well as darker skin tones. It's a little bit more of a dramatic highlight than the Benefit one, but you can make it as dramatic or little as you want. I do have this one on today, and it doesn't take much for you to get a pretty dramatic highlight, so you don't have to use a lot of it. And when I bought this, it was limited edition, but I did just hear that they are now making it permanent, and it is available at Sephora. So if you missed out on it during the first round when it was limited edition, it is now permanent. So if you're looking for a really good quality, easy to use highlighter, then I would recommend this Becca one. The next makeup favorite is an eyeshadow palette, and it is the Urban Decay Naked palette. And so this is the first Urban Decay palette, and it's got quite a range of shades, but they're more neutral shades. And they also have the Naked 2, Naked 3, and Naked Smoky palette. So there's quite a few of them, but this is probably the first, no, this is the first high-end eyeshadow palette that I purchased, and it was a lot of money to me at the time, but now I see that it was money well spent, because when I compare it to other eyeshadows, whether they be high-end or drugstore, they are the best quality eyeshadows that I've ever used. They last well on the eye. Again, I'm wearing this again today, and because they're neutral, it's very versatile. You can use them day, night, whenever. But what really sells me on this is the quality of them. They feel so wonderful. They last even without a primer. And I haven't found that in other drugstore or high-end eyeshadows to be this good of quality. Granted, I haven't tried a lot of the high-end eyeshadows, but from what I have tried, these are the best. The next item is a setting spray, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible Spray, so this you can get at the drugstore. They did just recently come out with a Maybelline one, which I've heard is pretty much the same thing, but it's less expensive, because if you didn't know, L'Oreal and Maybelline are basically the same company, but just different ranges, different prices. But I do enjoy this for setting my makeup. I think it works well. The misting of the spray is very nice. I have tried a sample of the Urban Decay setting spray, and while that one smelled better, I didn't like the sprayer as much. Granted, it was just a sample, so I can't completely judge unless I get the full size, but I really enjoy this setting spray and use it in my daily routine. And of course, I had to end this video on lip products, because of all the products I use, lip products are probably my favorite and the ones that I use the most and have the most variety of. But I've narrowed it down just to one brand and one lip product. While I do have a lot of others, these are ones that stand out as this year being a favorite, my go-tos that I can count on and enjoy all the time. And that is the Milani matte lipsticks. So these are drugstore, and it all started with the matte orchid, which is this pretty bright pink color. So I really love this color, and that's what got me started on the Milani matte lipsticks. I bought a second one in Matte Darling, which is a bit more of a light mauve-y pink. And like I said, well, I have a lot of other lip products. These have been my favorite, and I will hopefully try out some more in the coming year. So that is everything that I have included in my 2015 favorites, and I feel like I said this is going to be a really long video, but hopefully you will enjoy watching it, and I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up if you do. Make sure to subscribe so that you can see all the exciting videos I'll have in 2016. This will be the first full year that I'm on YouTube from January to December, since I started in April of last year. It's hard to believe I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary in April, but I've really been enjoying it. And let me know in the comments below what some of your favorites from 2015 were, if you've tried any of these products that I mentioned and enjoyed them, or if there are any other products that you think I should try out in 2016. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.